think when you go and build a show garden or a garden that is on a public stage, and everybody who's with you on this journey knows that when you get to the finish line or the ribbon, that we're all part of this and we've all played a role and it's all understood. And if I take the television programme, That Garden in New Ross for Johnny, you're talking 1.35 is to 1 scale, Corten steel, Steinway replica, grand piano, drawn by Chloe, built by OMC. Under the keys was a barbecue, the top part is raised vegetable beds. That's just one feature of 0.8 of an acre. There's 186 volunteers in one day, and I certainly didn't do that on my own. It's not possible. And it's not fair to stand there and take the credit. I think when you do a show garden, you know, Cardiff's sake, certainly Ed had just come off Ed Burnham, that is, good friend still. Ed had just come off the back of doing Chelsea, and we just done the first garden in the castle in France. Ed didn't come to RHS Cardiff to make money. I remember ringing him and I said, hey, and he just went, I don't care, whatever it is I'm in, and he put down the phone on me. I tried to ring him back and he told me to buzz off. And the next day I sent a submission into the RHS and it was accepted. But you go to Melbourne and you're with a Martin Semkin, and I think when you get into all of these things, you realise you're in a boy band for 4 months or 4 weeks or an elongated period of time. In show gardens, if you take Melbourne, which will end say middle of April, start say middle of August, from first phone call to last, you got to be able to call these guys at 2 o'clock in the morning, depending on time, different zones, my apologies. If it's Ed and it's Cardiff, if it's France and it's a Castle, and your timelines are on the horizon and you've just got a phone call saying the steel isn't going according to plan, nobody hears about that. That's the showmanship part of it. And that's the reason why everybody looks good. It's my job or my responsibility, in my opinion, that we're in the huddle together and the waters don't get murky, and at the end of it you get there and there's the sunshine. And I take great pride in as was explained to me by one journalist a long time ago, you imagine a picture in your head, tell somebody about this and they go, yeah, they can almost hear the sonnet or the love song or the Otis Redding playing in the background. And the people by your side need to be genuinely good people. You need to be able to get on with these people. Like, and the football team analogy is good. You can't spend that amount of time together, and there's a little bit of to and fro. I take great pride in the fact that I think those who were there at the very start 20 something years ago, I'm still friends with. I take great pride in the fact that I can walk into a place like this and nobody heckles me too much anyway, and it's nice to be able to do that, and you do the thing you always love doing, which is in your heart, which is a garden. But I think the other side of it is, look, daydreams aside, there's got to be an intelligence there and a realization and a logic as well, where you know that what you're doing can actually happen and nobody's going to fall flat on their face. And I think when you do that repeatedly, that serious side of it, that hard work side of it, that 18-20 hours a day behind the scenes that nobody will ever see, I think then you can maybe garner that respect a little easier, and things become a little easier because you've got a proven track record. And but yeah, there's a lot to be said for going to work smiling and doing that for a month and you're still tired, and you know you're going to sleep. But what a roller coaster, and what a medal to win at the end, and that's something particularly special.